What does your application truly need to be like in order to get into schools like Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Caltech, Princeton, you name it, right? I guarantee you it's not as hard as you're making it out to be, as long as you follow these three simple principles. So principle number one, do not highlight what you don't have, but highlight what you do have. Principle number two, be yourself. That's arguably the most important principle. And principle number three is find the balance between modest and arrogant. I guarantee you, if you follow these three simple principles, applying to college will be a lot simpler. And before we begin, I'd like to ask you to, simply, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, or if you are subscribed, tell your friends about me, so that they can have this invaluable information as they're also applying to college as well. So for this first principle, don't focus on what you don't have, but focus on what you do have. What do I mean by that? Well, too many times I see people thinking or trying to trick themselves into believing that they simply are not college material, or that they're not what colleges are looking for. And that could not be farther from the truth, right? A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm not some major brainiac, or like I don't play 30 instruments or do 50 extracurriculars, right? And the truth is that colleges really aren't quite looking for that, they're not really looking for, oh, what can you bring like merit-wise or like extracurricular-wise? Like they're looking at the entire package, but really what they care about is how are you going to stimulate this community, or how are you going to contribute to an intellectually stimulating environment. For example, I'm sure you've heard of those geniuses out there who built robots in their rooms and never got anything less than an A+ and played 600 different instruments, but they got rejected to every school that they applied to, right? That happens because sometimes the university is thinking, what can we realistically do for you? You clearly know how to handle, many challenges that come your way, and we don't necessarily know if you're going to add constructively to our community, right? As opposed to someone who may have faced a lot of challenges growing up, or for example, me, where they always told me that I wasn't really quite good enough, but I persevered through. Colleges love seeing that because it demonstrates to them that you're not going to conquer out or, try to quit once you get there, right? It shows that you have a very high chance of progressing through the challenges that they present to you. So to summarize principle one, don't sell yourself short. Don't focus on what you do not have, but try to accentuate what you do have. Try to accentuate the perspectives that you will bring to the table that will help diversify the culture and community at the campus that you are applying to. This second principle is super important. It probably should have been the first principle, but you know how it goes, right? Please be yourself. Do not be a robot. Do not be emotionless. Don't overdo it either, right? Because you have to understand, put yourself in the shoes of the applicant reader, right? Or the applications reader. They have thousands of applications to go through every day. Everybody has a perfect GPA. Everybody loves volunteering at their grandmother's nursing home or something like that. Everybody loves being the angel child, right? Please don't be that person. If you love doing these things, that's totally fine. Put that in your application, but make sure that your personality shines, because there's nothing more bland than reading an application where the person is forcibly trying to be perfect. Please, for me, do not be a robot. Do not try to be perfect. Definitely put your personality in there, and that's what's going to make it shine the most, because you are what they're looking for, not the perfect student. And finally, for the third principle, do not be too modest, but don't be too arrogant, right? So what do I mean by that? Well, a vast majority of people usually sell themselves short and believe that they have never done literally anything in high school, and that couldn't be farther from the truth, right? When I was filling out these applications, I really struggled with filling out the leadership, honors, and distinction sections, because I just genuinely believed that all I did was like one or two things. But my mom helped me realize that basically anything you did in high school could technically be considered an honor and distinction. So what do I mean by that? I was in my high school's drumline, and we had to audition for that. Really, there was like 10 people auditioning, but on my resume, I said something like esteemed member of the select Central High School drumline. And we all know that, there weren't that many people auditioning, but the applicant readers, they don't know that, So pretty much, if you're having trouble with finding out what your leadership or honors or distinctions were, looking at extracurricular activities are a really good starting point. But really, a lot of things can go under those categories and we just don't realize it. Now, I don't necessarily advise like stretching the truth or, making it seem bigger than what it is, but definitely don't be too modest and sell yourself short. Make sure that you're painting the best picture that you could possibly paint of yourself. Thank you if you've made it this far. I really appreciate it. And again, please make sure to subscribe if you're not. Share the news about me. I'm going to be dropping straight gems of knowledge, and I hope you enjoyed. And please let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me talk about. I have a set list of things that I will be talking about, but definitely if there are things that I think would be helpful for everyone as well, then I will definitely cover those topics. So please feel free to drop them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.